Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. And we got some post 1960 Apba bats, and we got the Washington Nationals traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Brewers for a 2-game series. The first game here on April 7th, leading off for the Nats. Playing left field is Lou, batting second playing short is Turner, batting third playing second base is Murphy, batting fourth playing center field is Harper, batting fifth playing third base is Rendell. Batting sixth doing the catching is Carter, batting seventh playing right field is Soda, batting eighth playing first base is Segui, and on the mound, the man with two first names, batting ninth, Steve Rogers. And for the hometown Milwaukee Brewers, leading off playing second, Vina, batting second, playing short, Yount, batting third, playing third, Molidor, batting fourth, playing first, Fielder, batting fifth, playing right field, Yelich, batting sixth, playing left field, Braun, batting seventh, playing center field, Ogilvy, batting eighth behind the mound is Nielsen, and on the mound, batting ninth is Burns. Let's get down here to Milwaukee and get this game started. Moise Alou off to a terrible start here for the Nationals. Looking for his first base hit of the year. He's 0 for 15, folks. Corbin Burns, his second start of the year, looking for his first decision. No wins, no losses, no saves with a 7.25 ERA. And the Nats are currently 2 games behind the Braves. Harper batting .286 along with Tim Raines. Harper has 3 homers and 5 RBIs to go with that. Like I say, Lou off to a terrible start. Pedro batting .312 and Parrish batting .286. And as far as the pitcher, Strongberg with a 9 ERA. Rogers entered this game with a 2.35. Grimsley with a 3.86. Gonzalez a 4.05. And Burke a 6.2. Let's get down here to Milwaukee and get this game started. The Legend Sports Universe joins us. Check out his great channel, folks. And here's the pitch to Lou. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Paul Molidor at third. He fires over the fielder. And that'll be out number 1. And Parallel Universe joins us here today. And you got Mr. Turner up now. And Trey's batting .077. Does have a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Burns strikes him out for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first. And Daniel Murphy's up. And Murphy's batting .154 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Paul, just like Denny started. It'll end that way. 1, 2, 3 goes the Nats. To the bottom of the first we go. Nationals nothing. And the Brew Crew coming to bat. And Fernando Vigna batting .118 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. And Steve Rogers making his second appearance. He's 0-1 with a 2.35 ERA. And you see the team comparisons here. The Nats are 2-4. They've scored 26 runs on 18 homers. The Brew Crew 5-1, 45 runs, 19 homers. We'll check out the Brewers here. They are half a game up on the Pirates. And you got Rockin' Robin batting .360, Paul Molidor .560, Braun .321, Vigna .118, and Fielder .250. Molidor and Yount both have 3 homers and 11 RBIs in the pitching. Caldwell with a 1.69 ERA. Vergara a 2. Sheets hasn't given up an earned run yet. Pete out there has a 1.12, and like I say, Burns starts this game off with a 7.20 ERA. And down to the field we go. And here's the pitch to Vigna. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Reardon, just like the top of the first. Bottom of the first starts out with a 5-3 put out. And Rockin' Robin Younts up. Like I say, batting .360 with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. And against the righty, that's going to be a 19. That's going to be a fly ball out to Soto in right field for out number 2. Here comes Paul Molitor, batting .560, leading the American League with that average with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Rogers. He's up with it, fires over to David. 1, 2, 3 goes the Brew Crew. To the top of the second we go. No score. Oh, sounds good. Legend says he's hoping to go live here tonight with the Phillies Giants. He says the Phillies so far has swept the Giants out in Candlestick. Phillies, man, what a pitching staff they got over there on Legend Sports Universe channel, folks. The Braves playing good ball, can't even gain ground on them. They had 2 big injuries. Oh, sliding Billy Hamilton and Klein, and still couldn't gain no ground. And to the top of the second we go. We got Harper, Rendell, and Carter due up here. Harper's batting .286. He's got 3 homers and 5 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Burns with the second strikeout of the game. 1 down here in the second. Anthony Rendell up now, batting an even 100 with a homer and an RBI. And both are back now. Legend says Klein and Hamilton. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Molitor. He fires over the first for out number 2. The third baseman so far early in this game have been busy. That brings up the kid, Gary Carter, also batting a buck. He's batting 100 with no homers and no RBI. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Yount makes a nice play. Comes up throwing from his knees and gets Carter by a step. And the Nats go down again in order. To the bottom of the second we go. Fielder, Yelich, and Braun do up. The Prince batting .250 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball into left field. Lou calls for it, makes the catch for out number 1. See then Washington's upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in Milwaukee. And then they go home to take on the Cubbies for 3 games. And these Brewers come in after that. And Christian batting .294, 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be against a righty, 13. And that's going to be an infield hit. Christian hits that ball down the second, beats it out for a 1-out hit. The first hit of the ball game for either team. And that brings up Ryan Braun, batting .321 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And Brew Crew's thinking about doing a hit and run here. That's what they're going to do, a little hit and run. And I think that's going to save them from hitting into a double play here, folks. Going to save them from hitting into the double play. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Turner's up with it. But with the hit and run, then he plays over the first. So Christian gets in the scoring position with 2 outs now. And Ben Ogilvy comes to the plate hitting .118 with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. And that'll end the inning. And the Brewers strand 1 to the top of the third window. Still no score. You got Soto due up here. Segui and Rogers, the bottom third, due up here against Burns. And Soto's batting .111 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be another swing on the miss. Third strikeout for Burns. Pitching a fine game so far. And there's the hex put on him. And David Segui comes up batting .111 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a Fly ball out to center field. Ben Ogilvie makes the catch. And there's quickly 2 down here in the third. Can Steve Rogers help his own cause here? He's 0 for 2 on the year. And he's going to be 0 for 3, and Burns gets his 4th strikeout. 1, 2, 3 goes to Nats. To the bottom of the third we go. And the bottom part of the order due up here for the Brew Crew. Nielsen, Burns, and then back to Vina. And Dave batting 143, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a lazy fly ball out to Bryce. He waits for it, makes the catch. And that'll be 1 down. And Mr. Corbin Burns is up. And he's batting 1,000, folks, because you don't need a stinking DH. Here is the pitch to Burns. And that's going to be a fly ball. Nice hit out to center field. Harper on his horse. Playing shallow, goes back, makes the catch. Robs Burns of his 2nd hit of the year, folks. Nice play by Bryce Harper. Burns thought he had another hit. And we're back to the top of the order. Vina, he grounded out. He's 0 for 1. And not this time. That's going to be turned on. He hits that ball in the right field. Soto can't get to it. Takes it on the hop. And that's now with 2 outs. Got a runner on. Can Rogers put a name into this? Here comes the big boys up now. Rockin' Robin. He was 0 for 1. He flew out his first time. And not this time, folks. He hits this one. And with 2 outs, Steve Rogers is in trouble. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Soto with a decent arm, but Vina with great speed. With 2 outs, I would think he should score here. Let's see here. He bats right, so that's going to be in the left field. So he might not. That'll be a 45. So that is in the left field. And Lou's got a cannon out there, so Vina might not score. Let's see here. A 25, 2 outs, and Molitor's up. 25, a 51 or lower, they're sending him. And he's in there. That's an RBI double by Rockin' Robin. Out with an RBI double. And it is 1-0 Brew Crew. And now Paul Molitor's up with a runner down in scoring position in 2 outs. Remember, all this happened with 2 outs. A single, a double. And now Paul's up. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be 15. That's going to be a single through short. And sorry, that's going to be through second. And 4. It's going to be a 50. And Harper gets over there. He's got a damn good arm. But Rockin' Robin's got some speed. And let's see, all this happening with 2 outs, 56 or lower. It's a 2-0 ball game. And it is a 2-0 ball game as Paul Molitor with an RBI single in the center. Makes it 2-0. And now you got Prince Fielder up with a runner down at first. And Rogers shaking his head. Everything's finding a hole out there. And Fielder is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. And that's going to be another ground ball. And this one is out in front of the plate. Sorry, it's not out in front of the plate. This is hit down to second. Murphy's got it. Fires over the short way the second. But 2-run score makes it 2-0 Brewers as we go to the top of the 4th. Got the top of the order due up here against Burns. Can they get back in this game right away? Lou, Turner, and Murphy. And Lou, 0 for 1. He grounded out the first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ogilvie for out number 1. And Trey's up now. Turner, he struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. And that's going to be strikeout number 2 for Turner. Burns got his number. That's the 5th strikeout. 2 of them's been Turner. That brings up Murphy. He's 0 for 1, grounded out the third his first time up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks, is the question. Off the wall. Burns just got it out of the sweet spot. Murphy hits that one off the wall out in right field with a 2-out double. Burns with a sigh of relief, thought that was gone. Now the tying run comes to the place in Harper. Harper's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? And again, give Burns credit. That H coming into effect. That's a double in the left field. That'll score Murph and makes it a 1-run game. But Burns, they're hitting him hard, but can't quite square it up. Back-to-back doubles. Could have been back-to-back homers. Burns living dangerously. They cut the lead in half, 2-1. Rendon's up now. He's 0 for 1, grounded out. And that's going to be a hit by pitch. And Nats ain't too happy with that. That looked like that was a purpose pitch there. After back-to-back double squaring up on him, he hits Rendon. Tying run down at second. Go ahead and run at first. And Gary Carter's 0 for 1, grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Burns strikes him out. But the back-to-back doubles make it 2-1. We go to the bottom of the first. Milwaukee with a 1-run lead. Yelich, Braun, and Ogilvie due up here. Christian 1 for 1, single back in the second. And he does more than that this time. That ball is hit over first base. He pulls that one, folks. That hits the chalk. Dust flies up, and he's got himself a leadoff double. Brewers trying to get that run right back. Nobody out, a runner in scoring position for Ryan Braun. He grounded out his first time up, 0 for 1. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Will he keep the runner? No, but it's going to be a pop-up down the short. The runner will stay put. Turn her out in shallow left field for out number 1. Ben Ogilvie's up now. And he's 0 for 1, flew out the right. And that's going to be hit out into left field. A 36 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. And that's going to be a first on air, runner to third. So an E7. And we got runners on the corner and 1 out. And Nats are going to play back for the double play. As you got the catcher, Nielsen, up. Not very fleet of foot. So they're trying to turn 2 here. He's 0 for 1. He flew out the center his first time up. Christian down there at first trying to get that run back that they gave up in the top of the inning. Here's the pitch to Dave. And that's going to be against a righty. It'll be a 13. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Is that going to be deep enough to score the run? 43 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. That's going to be a 50. I think he's going to score easily. Lou's got a hell of an arm, but Christian's got great speed. That was a 50. Minus the 37 plus the 18. A 31. A 31. A 61 or lower. Christian safe with the sacrifice fly, and he is. So Dave has a sacrifice fly. And it is now a 2-run game again with a runner down at first and 2 outs. And we're up to Mr. Burns, who hit a nice ball out to center field, but Harper took a base hit away from him. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-out count. Give Burns credit. He's working him, and I'll say he is because that's going to be a 18. That is going to be a ground ball. Nice play down there by Murphy. Dive and stop, and has time to throw Burns out at first. Burns hitting into some great defensive plays here, folks. 0 for 2, but they score one on the sacrifice fly and make it a 3-1 ball game. We got the bottom third due up here for the Nats. Soto, McGee, and Rogers. And Soto's 0 for 1, struck out back in the third. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Vina at second. Over to Prince, and there's one down. And David Segui comes to the plate. Segui's 0 for 1. He flew out to Ogilvie his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Molitor. 2 quick outs here in the fifth. And we got Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. He's 0 for 1. The man with 2 first names, Steve Rogers, struck out his first time up. Not this time. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Burns throws out his counterpart, a 1-2-3 fifth. And we go to the bottom of the fifth, but the top of the order due up here for the Brew Crew. Excuse me, Vina, Yount, and Molitor. Vina 1 for 2, singled and came around the score back in the third. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Rogers. And that's one down. And Robin Yount's up now, 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the third and came around the score. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And you got a 1-out base runner now. And that brings up Paul Molitor. Already up 3-1, trying to add to it. And Paul is 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the third. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strike count on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball. Harper out there, plenty of time and room, makes the catch. Now there's 2 down. Runner still at first for the Prince. And the Prince of Milwaukee is 0 for 2. He is flown out and grounded into a fielder's choice. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down to Murphy. And he'll throw over to first for out number 3, and that'll do it. The Brew Crew strand 1 to the top of the 6th we go, with the top of the order due up here against Burns, Lou, Turner, and Murphy. And Lou is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Braun and left for out number 1. And Trey Turner comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out both times. Burns trying to get the hat trick here with him. And he does, folks. He got Turner's number today. He has 7 strikeouts. 3 of them's been Turner. And now there's 2 down. Turner will be glad to see Burns leave this game, or see another pitcher in game number 2 of this series. Murphy's 1 for 2. He's doubled and came around the score. Only run of the ball game for the Nats. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Kristen Yelich calls for it, makes the catch. And that's a 1-2-3-6. To the bottom of the 6th we go, with Yelich, Braun, and Ogilvie due up here against Rogers. And Christian's having a great game at the plate. He is 2 for 2, a single and a double. And then put the jinx on him, and Rogers strikes him out. And that's Rogers' first strikeout of the game, folks, for out number 1. And that brings up Braun. Braun's 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. Popped up, rather. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Soto. 2 outs here in the 6th. Mr. Ben Ogilvie do something here. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out and did reach on an error, though. And that's going to be a Pop up down the second. Murphy near the mound makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes the Brew Crew. To the top of the seventh we go. The Brewers hanging on to a 3-1 lead. Big boys do up here. Harper, Rendon, and Carter. Rice is 1 for 2 with the lone RBI of the game for the Nats. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Where is it going to end up at? And that's going to be a base hit. An infield hit for Harper. So Harper's aboard here. Down at first now with nobody out. And that brings up Anthony Rendon. He is grounded out and been hit by a pitch. And not this time. That ball is high. That ball is far. And that ball is out of here. Kiss it goodbye. Anthony Rendon gets revenge and ties this ball game up, folks. It's 3-3. Tied up. 2-run shot here in the top of the seventh. Burns shaking his head. Pitching great here through 7. Now it's a tie ball game. See Milwaukee's upcoming schedule. The Brewers got one more game here at home against Washington. Then the Mets come to town for 3 games, and the Brewers go on the road to play these same Nationals in Washington. Now you got Gary Carter up, still nobody out. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Ben's got room, makes the catch short of the track for out number 1. And Soto comes to the plate now. 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Soto strikes out for the second time. Burns' 8th strikeout. Now you got David Segui up. He's 0 for 2. He is flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. Vina makes the catch, and that'll do it. But the 2-run homer by Rendon makes it a 3-3 game as we go to the 7th inning stretch. And you got the bottom part of the order due up here against Rogers. Rogers is due to lead off the top of the 8th. See if he can get through this 8th inning still tied up. You got Nielsen, a pitch hitter for Burns, and then Vina. So Nielsen is 0 for 1. He did have a sacrifice fly back in the 4th. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? Kiss it goodbye. Nielsen with a leadoff homer gives the Brewers a 4-3 lead. And Mr. Burns could still win this game, folks. We'll have a pitch hitter for him now. He's a little happier coming out of the game now. See who comes off the bench against Rogers. I can say they'd like to see him make it through this inning. And Cecil Cooper may come off the bench. Let's see here. Is it going to be Cooper or BJ Searhall? Let's see here. We'll see something. I think it's going to be BJ. Cooper might come in the game for defensive purposes here. So BJ's going to come in, pitch hit here for Burns. BJ Searhall. And BJ is batting .200 on the year with a homer and an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Alou. That'll be out number 1. 1 up, 2 up, and 1 down. Leadoff homer. And now you got Vina up. He's 1 for 3. Came around to score in the 3rd. And that's going to be a base on balls. Roger cannot afford to give up any more runs here. Pena down at first. Robin Yount at the plate. He is 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI today. Rockin' Robin's gotten his average up to 393 on the year, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball. Should have did a hit and run. It would have worked. It's going to be a lazy fly out to center field. Harper makes the catch. Now there's 2 down, and it's up to Paul Maldor. Try to add on to this 4-3 lead. And Paul is 1 for 3 with an RBI today. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Anthony calls for it, makes the catch in shallow left. But the homer by Nielsen gives the Brewers a 4-3 lead. So we go to the top of the 8th. And do they... Okay. See who's going to come in this game here in the 8th inning for the Brewers. Who they got up here? We're going to have a pitch hitter for Rogers and then a bunch of righties coming up. The Axeman, Axford's going to come out and try to keep it a 1-run game. And then they'll go to either the lefty or the righty. Close this game out. So Axford's going to come in the game. Fielder's supposed to lead off. Where's Fielder's supposed to lead off the 9th if they need it. Lead off the 8th, rather. Let's see. Who are they going to bring in? Of course, they won't know that, so they're going to leave Fielder in the game, but let's figure out who they're going to bring in this game. Got Oxford in there. And this is John's second appearance, and he is no record with a 9 ERA. Like I say, now we need a pitch hitter here for Rogers. And you know who's coming off the bench to get on base here. It's going to be one of the best leadoff hitters. Ricky Henderson says he might be number 2. He ain't the best. That's Tim Raines coming off the bench here. So Tim Raines is going to try to get things started. Trailing by 1. Like I say, what did they got up? They got the lefty due up. Another lefty. So they're going to try. They got a lefty in the bullpen. They do not have a lefty in the bullpen. They got one hell of a bullpen now. Drew Storn, I believe, will come in the game. So Storn will probably come into the game. So Tim Raines comes up and, excuse me, he is batting .286 with no homers, 2 RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch to Tim. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Axford strikes him out for out number 1 here in the 8th. And now you got a Lou up. And a Lou is 0 for 3 today. He has grounded out, flown out twice. And that's a swing and a miss. Axford strikes him out. 2 down now. And Mr. Turner's up. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out all 3 times. Can John give him the golden sombrero? Nope, not this time. Turner hits this one into the gap, gets to the wall, and that's a 2-out double, folks. So a tying run down at second. Daniel Murphy's up now. He is 1 for 3. He singled and came around the score in the 4th. Turner with great speed, a single will score him and tie this game up. And then you got Harper due up. They definitely don't want Harper coming to the plate. Murphy 1 for 3 today. And that's a base on balls. What's he thinking? What was he thinking? And I think that might be it for John. They're going to go to the bullpen. Do they got a lefty in the bullpen? They do. Josh Harder is going to come out of the pen here, try to get a 4-out save. They're not wasting no time with these big lefties coming out. So Axford can't get the job done here. Gets 2 quick outs. Now you give up a double and a walk. So John comes out of the game. And Josh will come in here and try to get the elusive 3rd out against Harper. And Josh, he's 1-0. His 2nd appearance with no ERA. And Harper is 2 for 3 with an RBI double, and he came around to score on a single 1st and 2nd. Tying run at 2nd, go ahead run at 1st, and Shorn's run at the plate, and here's the pitch to Hopper. And that's a swing and a miss. Josh does the job, strikes Harper out. The Nats leave 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 4-3 ball game. And Storen's going to come in the game. And where is he at? There's Drew. And Drew's 4th appearance of the year. He has a save with no ERA. He'll be facing fielder Braun and Ogilvy here. Prince is 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be 0 for 4 as he swings and misses. Drew strikes him out. And that'll be it for fielder. Fielder's going to come out of the game. And Cooper's going to come in to replacing for defensive purposes. I have to remember to do that. And now you got Kristen Yelich up. And Yelich is having a damn good game. 2 for 3, a double and a single. He did strike out his last time up, though. Not this time. That's going to be against a righty. A 21 and a 10. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Drew. He's up with it, fires over to David. 2 outs here. And the 8th. And that brings up Braun. 0 for 3 today. Grounded out, popped up, and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Soda. 1, 2, 3 goes to Brewers. And we go to the top of the 9th. It is a 4-3 ball game. Like I say, we're going to take old Fielder out, bring in Cooper. Cooper's going to come in and play first. And where's Fielder? He's batting 4th. Are we making any other defensive substitutions here? No, everybody else looks good. So you got Rendell, Carter, and Soto due up here. Josh trying to get a 4-out save. He struck out Harper to end the 8th. Here's the pitch to Rendell. And that ball is high. That ball is far, folks. How far is this one going to go? That will make out a 20. That is off the wall. Woo! And that's going to be a lead-off double. Rendell just missed the homer, folks. And Johns with a big sigh of relief, but now the time runs down at 2nd and nobody out. And Mr. Carter is up. And Gary is 0 for 3 today. He is grounded out, struck out, and flown out. And that's going to be a 32. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. He's going to look the runner back to 2nd. Big play there by Robin. And now there's 1 out and the runner's still down at 2nd. And Soto's coming to the plate. Do they want a pitch hit for him? That is the question. And yep, old Guerrero is going to come off the bench. And they're going to pitch it for Soto. And old Vlad's coming off the bench to try to tie this game up and maybe give the Nats the lead here in the top of the ninth. Let's look at that bench. And that might be it for Josh. They got David's coming up after that. So they're going to let him pitch to Guerrero. Or do they? Do I hate to walk the go-ahead run? But it does set up the double play with Segui. Segui's not that fast of a hitter. You know what? We're going to take our chances with Segui with the double play. They're going to walk Guerrero. So Vlad's down at first. First and second, just walk the go-ahead run. And Segui's up. And Segui is 0 for 3. He is grounded out, flown out, and popped up. And that's going to be against the lefty. 26 and a 9. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short. Rockin' Robin calls for it, waits for the Rainmaker to come down, and it's 2 down. And we'll have a pitch hitter here for Drew. Can Josh get this last out here, folks? He's going to come off the bench now. And it's going to be Ryan Zimmerman. He's going to come off the bench. So Zimmerman's coming off the bench to try to tie this game up or put the Nats ahead here. And again, are they going to stick with Josh? That is the question. And they're going to stick with Josh. Ryan is batting .273, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Paul Molitor is down there, a 62 and a 4. Is he going to boot this ball? And that's going to be a throw in air. Runners are going to advance 2 bases. And that's going to bring the tying run to the plate. A throw in air by Paul Molitor. Rendon's going to score. That's going to be an E5. An E5. Runner on second's going to score. The runner on first is going to get down to second. Down the third. What about the batter? And the batter's going to stay at first. So first and third. First and third. And a tie ball game, folks. Ryan Zimmerman hits the ball down the Molitor. He throws it away. And we got us a tie ball game. And we got a Lou at the plate trying to give the Nats the lead. He is 0 for 4 and 0 for 19 on the season, folks. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 24 and a 9. And that is going to be a fly ball out the right field. And that'll end the inning. But the costly error ties the ball game up. Bottom of the ninth. They have no effort. And Mr. Reardon's going to come out of the bullpen. Jeff Reardon will come out of the pen here and pitch. And try to keep this game tied up and send it into extra innings. The Terminator comes in the game. And let's see here. We need a He's going to come in and play right field. Guerrero is. And this is Reardon's 4th appearance. He's got no record, but he has a lofty 13.5 ERA. He's got Ogilvy, Nilsson, and a pitch hitter, if need be, for Harder. The Brewers are down or tied up. They need a run here. Ben Ogilvy is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Big Ben. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lou for out number 1. And here's the guy that gave the Brewers the lead. Dave Nilsson with the solo homer back in the 7th made this a 4-3 ball game. Can he do it again, folks? Nope. That's going to be a slow roller down to Segui. He's going to take it himself for out number 2. So we'll have a pitch hitter here for Josh. See who's going to come out of the dugout. And I think it's time you got to call on him. I think you got to bring up the Gorman, Mr. Gorman Thomas. See, with one swing of the bat, he can win you this game. Strength against strength, power against power. Gorman Thomas coming off the bench. See if he can win this game. And Gorman is 0 for 9 on the season, folks. Can he do it here? 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 9th, a pitch from Jeff Reardon. And that's going to be a fly ball. Harper takes a few steps back short of the track, makes the catch. And we're going into extra extras. Read all about it. Extra innings coming up, folks. See who's going to come out of the bullpen here for the Brewers. You got the righty, a lefty, and another lefty. And I think they're out of left-handed pitchers. Yes, they are. Ken Sanders is going to come out of the bullpen. Try to keep this game tied up here in the top of the 10th. Ken Sanders comes out of the pen. And Sanders, this is his 3rd appearance, no record. He's got a lofty 10.8 ERA. He's got the 2-3-4 hitters up. Turner, Murphy, and Harper. Trey with a double and 3 strikeouts in the game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Yelich for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down here in the 10th. And Daniel Murphy's up. And Murphy's 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ogilvy. So 2 fly balls, 2 outs here in the 10th. Here comes Bryce Harper. Harper 2 for 4 with an RBI. And that's going to be against the righty. 18 on a 9. That's a nice play down there by Robin Yount. Deep in the hole, fires over, just gets Harper. 1, 2, 3, 10th. To the bottom of the 10th we go with the top of the order due up here for the Brewers. Vigna, Yount, and Molitor. Vigna's 1 for 3. He has walked and came around the score back in the 3rd. And that's going to be a pop-up down the short for out number 1. Now you got Robin Yount up, folks. He's having a great game, 2 for 4 with an RBI today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Jeff strikes him out. That's Reardon's first strikeout of this game. And it's up to Paul Molitor to get something going here in the 10th. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI. And that's going to be a pop-up down the second. A 1-2-3/10 for the Brewers. And we're going to the 11th, folks. We got Rendon due up, followed by Carter and Guerrero, who came in the game. Anthony Rendon's 2 for 3 with a double and a homer and 2 RBIs, folks. And he's done it again, folks. He squared this one up against Sanders. And that ball is driven into the right field off the wall. And the go-ahead runs down at second with nobody out. And the kid, Gary Carter's up. He is 0 for 4. He is grounded out, struck out, flown out, and grounded out. Here's the pitch to Carter. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 35 and an 8. That's going to be fielding column 1. And that will get the runner down the third. That'll be a 4-3 put out. That's going to force the infield in. And we're going to have a pitch hitter here for Jeff Reardon. See who's going to come out of the dugout now. Oh, Jeff Reardon's not batting. It's Guerrero. Sorry about that. Vlad's in the game. What am I thinking? Reardon's batting in the 9 spot. Reardon's batting in the 9 spot behind Segui. Had the cards in the wrong spot. Okay. So you got 1 out, runner down at third, infield in. Guerrero came in and was intentionally walked. Here's the pitch to Vladimir, and that's going to be another walk. Now they got a decision to make. They play back for the double play. Molitor had that big error the last time David Segui was up. No, Segui popped up to short. They're going to play back. They can't play back. They can't give up the go-ahead run. They got to play in. Here's the pitch to Segui, and that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 56 and a 9. Yep. That's going to be fielding column number 2. And they're going to get the runner out at home on a 6-2 put out. So they stopped the go-ahead run from scoring. Now it's going to be a pitch hitter for Jeff Reardon with a runner down at second, 2 outs and a runner at first. Go-ahead run now down at second instead of third. And who's coming off the bench this time? And it looks like Larry Parrish is coming off the bench here. Parrish is going to come off the bench, try to drive in the go-ahead run here. Larry is batting .286 on the year, 3 homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He's going to go the easy way to second. And that'll end the threat, folks. As the Nationals strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 11th. It's still tied up at 4 apiece. Now he's going to come out here and pitch. You got the lefty and Cooper, Yelich, and Braun, but they have no lefties in the bullpen. Chad Cordero is going to come out of the bullpen here. Or Tim Burke. Burke's going to come out of the bullpen. Tim's going to come out of the pen. Where's Tim at? There he is. And this is Tim's fourth appearance. He's 1-0 with no ERA. Like I say, he'll be facing the two lefties, Cooper and Yelich, and then Braun. Cooper came in for defensive replacement, has yet to bat. He's batting 200 on the year with no homers and no RBIs. Here's the pitch to Cecil Cooper, and that's a base on balls, and the Brewers will take it. Go ahead run, winning run down at first, and Yelich is up. And E29. Carter's got a gun back there. I don't think you do that. Christian is 2 for 4. He's got a double and came around to score back in the fourth. Can he get the runner at least over to second here? That's going to be against the righty. A 21 and a 9. Yep. 21 and a 9. That's going to be a pop up down the third. Rendon makes the catch. And that's out number 1. And the runner's still down at first. Here comes Ryan Braun up now. Braun is 0 for 4. He is grounded out, popped up, flown out twice. And that's going to be against the righty. It's going to be a 28 on an 11. And that's going to be popped up down the short. And Turner makes the catch. Braun just got under that one, folks. Goes back shaking his head. Runner still at first. And now Ben Ogilvy's up. Ben is 0 for 4. He has reached on an error. He has flown out twice and popped up. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Can Ben take advantage of it and maybe win this game? 2-0. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Harper. That'll end the inning, and we're going to the 12th inning, folks. The 12th inning. We got the top of the order due up here for the Nats. Lou, Turner, and Murphy. Lou is 0 for 5 today, folks, and 0 for 20 on the year. 0 for 5 and 0 for 20, and he's going to be 0 for 6 and 0 for 21. That's a ground ball down the second. Easy play for out number 1. Sure. As Dave Gardner joins us here for some extra inning baseball. Check out Dave's great channel, folks. He does some Apba basic and master game. Check that out. Yeah, Dave Gardner game is right. Now you got Turner up. He's 1 for 5. He did double back in the 8th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Molitor. Remember, his errors were the reason we're in this extra inning game. A 2 base throwing error tied it up, but he makes the play this time for out number 2. So it's up to Murphy. Daniel is 1 for 4. He has walked and doubled in the game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Braun. 1, 2, 3 goes to Nats. To the bottom of the 12th we go. The bottom part of the order due up here with Nilsson, a pitch hitter for Ken. And then back to the top of the order if need be. Dave gave the Brewers a 4-3 lead back in the 7th with a homer. Can he do it again? And he nails this one, folks. How far is it going to go? Can he do it? That's going to be off the wall out in right field. A leadoff double. The Brewers got the winning run down at second and nobody out. I'll have a pitch hitter here for Ken. See who's going to come off the bench against Tim Burke. And it's going to be Sexto Lescano. I think that's who we're going to go with. Or are we going to go with the money man? It's either the money man. We're going to go with Lescano. Oh, see if he can drive him in here, folks. Where is he at here? There he is. Sixto is batting .250, no homers and no RBIs. Here's another question. Do we bring in a pitch runner? That is the question. Who's their backup catcher? Who is their backup catcher? They don't have a backup catcher? That's hard to believe here. Looking for who their backup catcher is, folks. Let's see if we pitch run for Dave out there. But I don't see a backup catcher. They gotta have a backup catcher. The backup catcher was B.J. Searhoff, and we pitched hit for him. Used him as a pitch hitter, so we're not going to pitch run. We're not going to pitch run. So runner down at second, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Here's the question. Do you walk him? Do you walk him? Trying to set up the double play. His run means nothing. I say you walk him. We're going to walk him, set up the double play. So they walk him. They're going to set up the double play, first and second. Nobody out. And Vina, who is 1 for 4 with a walk, is up now. Can he deliver? And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound, a 22-1. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a ground ball hit back to the mound. Sexto, with his speed, going get down the second. Any play is going to be the first. That's a 1-3 put out. That's going to be second and third. He gets the job done. Gets the runners over for Yount. That's going to force the Nationals to bring the infield in. And you got the two big boys up here with 1 out to get the job done. Rockin' Robin is 2 for 5, a double, and RBI. Can Rockin' Robin Yount get the job done here? Here's the pitch to Robin. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second on a 26 and a 25 and a 7. Murphy, not that great of a fielding second baseman. 25 and a 7. That is going to be fielding column number 2 with the infield in. Safe at first, runner out and a run down. Other the third, batter to second on run down. So that's going to be the old, well, we're just going to have to do the 2. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do the rundown. So it's going to be a 6-4-2, and the batter's going to get down to second. So we're still going to have second and third. Now there's 2 outs, and it didn't get him down to second. Try one more time here. So we're going to have the 4-2 put out, and the batter is going to try to get him down to second. Nope. I'm not going to fool around here. What is it? Just runner advance, if I remember right. We're not going to mess around. I think it's just called runner advance. Runner advanced, yep. So we'll just do a runner advance. And that'll get him down to second. Second and third. Now there's 2 outs. And we got runners at second and third, 2 outs. Paul Molitor, 1 for 5. It'll take a base hit or a pass ball or a wild pitch to win this game. Here's the pitch to Paul. And I think he might have done it. That's going to be a 23. And that is a single in the right field. Paul Molitor delivers. And the Brew Crew win this game 5-4 in the bottom of the 12th, folks. Paul Molitor with an RBI single delivers. What a ball game, folks. What a ball game. Nice plays all around. A piss poor play by Molitor. Kept this game alive, and then he comes through, gets the horns off his head. Now he's not the GOAT. He's a hero. And the Brewers win 5-4. Take a look here at the box score. What a sigh of relief by Paul Molitor. Thought he gave the game away back there in the 9th inning. We'll look at the scorecard after we look at the box score. And that's probably a walk-off is what that is. Yep, a walk-off win by the Brewers. And the Brewers 5 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. And the Nationals 4 runs, 7 hits and 1 error. Like I say, the Brewers 1 error was a big one. Harper 2 for 5. Rendon 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs, folks. The Nats were only 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Rendon with the homer. They left 8 men on base. And Robin Yount and Paul Molitor both 2 for 6 in this game, folks. They were 2 for 7. The Brewers were with runners in scoring position. Dave Nilsson with the homer to give them a 4-3 lead way back in the 7th inning. I believe that's what it was. Yep, back in the 7th. They left 6 men on base. Rogers with a no decision goes 7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, only 3 of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 1, and gave up a homer. Then the bullpen came in and did a great job. Drew, 1 inning, 1 strikeout. Jeff, 2 innings, 1 strikeout. And Tim gets the loss. Goes to 1-1, 1 2/3, 2 hits, run, and 2 walks. The walks killed him. Of course, 1 was intentional. And Mr. Burns pitched a hell of a game to get a no decision. 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 8 strikeouts, and 1 homer. Old John Axford, 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 2. Josh comes in, gets the blown save, but it was a Paul Molitor blown save. 1 1/3, 1 hit, an unearned run, walked 1, and struck out 1. Ken Sanders comes in, pitches 3 awesome innings. And gives up 1 hit and walked 1. Pretty damn impressive. Like I say, we'll look here at the scorecard. Like I say, the big error. You had the double, then they got the ground ball out. Intentionally walked Guerrera. Got a pop-up. And then the big old error by Gorman Thomas at the plate, and the big error down there by Molitor scores the run. And then you get the fly out in a Lou, who is struggling big time, 0 for 21. But then old Paul in the bottom of the 12th gets the job done, folks, with the RBI single. Nice job, Paul Molitor. Let's take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. The Nats aren't bad. They got a hell of a pitching staff, Parallel League. Yeah. They can compete. They got a hell of a pitching staff. And they got some bats. It's not easy, but they can compete. Let's take a look here. Got the Braves are now a game up on the Mets. The Nationals are now tied with the Phillies 2.5 games back. And Florida in the rear with the gear with a 3.5 games back. And the Brewers, with that win, are now a game up on Pittsburgh. St. Louis, game and a half back. The Cubbies 2 games back. The Reds 2.5 and the Astros 3. And out west, the Giants and Dodgers are tied. Arizona is a game and a half back of those two. And Colorado and San Diego's 2 games back. Yeah, like I say, they got some good pitching. Willie Wilson's leading the American League with a 357 batting average. 3 batters with 5 homers. And Roger Maris with his 13 RBIs leading the American League. And in the National League, you got Paul Molitor with a 516 batting average. And that all-important RBI today, Sammy Sosa with 7 homers. And Paul Molitor just took over the leading RBIs with that all-important RBI in the 12th inning. He's got 13 RBIs now on the year. And the ERA leader right now still at 0. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pitchers in the National League tied with 2 wins. Suter and Tekulve with 3 saves. You got Sammy Sosa leading in the MVP voting. And now you got Kershaw leading in the Cy Young. And the next game on the channel will be the final game of this 2-game series. See what the pitching matchup looks like. And it's going to be Gonzalez against Teddy. So Gonzalez against old Teddy should be a good matchup. I want to thank Parallel League for joining us. Dave Gardner, check out his great channel. And Legend Sports Universe, check out his great channel. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. It don't cost nothing, folks. Hit that like button. Hit that bell for reminders. And leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.